So we as a group chose Diwali because the family surveyed listed as one of their favorite celebrations. Additionally, it caught our attention because it is not such a common that's celebrated here in America. This way, we can individually learn more about the celebration, and that way, we can teach children about other cultures that teach different and they celebrate different holidays, such as Diwali. Connecting with the families through the surveys let us know that Diwali serves as an opportunity to strengthen family bonds and cultural heritage.
As a group, we chose the holiday Diwali. Diwali, also known as a Deep Valley and the Festival of Lights in Hinduism, derives from the word Deep Valley, which means row of lights. Diwali is one of the most celebrated and also one of the most popular festival in India. Diwali originated in India over 2,500 years ago, where participants light oil lamps called dijas to symbolize the triumph of light over the darkness and the victory of God over the evil. The dates of the festival can vary each year as it follows the lunar calendar. The annual festival is typically observed for 5 days or sometimes can be just one day. Diwali always falls between October and November, but as I said, it depends of the Hindu calendar because it's based on the moon. So, for example, this year in 2024, Diwali falls on February, November 1st. Diwali is not only celebrated by Hindus, it's also celebrated by Indians in some regions of South Asia in various ways. Also in Nepal, they celebrate Diwali, but they known as a Tihar, which includes the worship of some animal such as cows and crows, because they recognize the importance of these animals in the ecosystem.
So, for my question, I wanted to have a few focus points. I felt it was important to start off with helping children to set a tone, which means to create an environment where children, they felt safe. So I know in my question, I stated that it would be important for a teacher to decorate an area of the classroom that resembled the holiday, and they can get a good idea of what this holiday was and know that it was fun or it was colorful, or maybe anything else that they would want to know. The next thing I wanted to say was answer questions. So maybe if the kids have questions about exactly what Diwali was, maybe the teachers were, before the holiday came up, they were able to do research on the holiday. So if the kids were intrigued by something that they saw in the area, they felt comfortable to say, oh, well, what is that, or what is this? And the teachers could answer honestly and with the right information. I know in my question I put, the children could, be read a story, and when story time was over, they could give the children like 10 minutes just to ask them whatever questions they felt comfortable asking. My third point was shifting the idea from what makes Diwali different to what makes Diwali similar to the holidays they celebrate at home. This one was really important. I think sometimes, like children or people in general, we get scared because we feel like, something is different, so if we showed them that the things that was new and the things that were old were not really too different, maybe they would understand that, what they were doing was, important because it was more about learning opposed to, you know, transitioning to that particular holiday. Another point that I made was teaching children empathy. Teaching children empathy was also another important one, because I find a lot of times that children are, because they don't know why they make fun of it. And I think that it was important to teach them that just because you don't understand, that doesn't mean, it's okay for you to make fun of someone for celebrating that particular holiday. And um, lastly, I wrote, to give them choices, let them decide. So after you show them everything and present what Diwali is to them, if they decided that it wasn't something that they wanted to do, that was okay. And we would find different things for them to do and different ways to celebrate other things.
To accommodate children who can't not participate in the holidays, I would reach out to each parent and find out what they can't not participate in. I would then create a theme-based activity that each child could participate in so that they won't feel left out. I would have a special corner for them to work on their project. Then we could come up with it. It's important that each child feel comfortable and have fun to participate in the activity.
So pretty much a religious observance. There are people who don't practice Diwali, but for those families, they can observe the ones who celebrate, and they can also participate. And if they don't want to participate, it's okay, because we understand that it's not part of their religion. And then we another point could be culinary traditions. People who celebrate Diwali, they cook different types of dishes, and they can bring in those dishes to have everyone try out the foods that they eat during their festival. So that's another way to include other families. And the other one is having people engage in the festivities.
So the name of my lesson plan is It's Diwali. The curriculum area is language and literacy for age group 3 to 5 years old. I started off my lesson plan with an attention grabber. The attention grabber would be a puppet that is typically seen for the holiday Diwali. I would introduce the puppet by saying, "Hello, children. Today, I'm going to be introducing you to my friend. She's going to be helping me read a book." Next, I would explain and define what Diwali is to the students. I would explain to them that Diwali is a row of lit lamps. After, I would pass out some lanterns to the students that they could look at, exam while I'm reading the book. The book would be called It's Diwali. The book is about how two children celebrate the holiday. I would ask the students what are lanterns, because lanterns are the the type of light that is typically seen when celebrating Diwali. I would define it as lanterns are portable light source that are covered. While reading, I would let the students know that it's okay for them to look at their lanterns, to examine, for them to make sure that they get a good feel of what it is. After reading, I would ask them, what are some ways that lanterns could help? You know, what type of things could it do for people? Then I would ask, what are some ways to celebrate Diwali? After that, I would select the students individually to line up, and they would use their lanterns to help guide them to the line so then they can transfer over to the next area.
Hi, the name of my lesson plan is Rangoli, and the curriculum area is Creative Art Activity. And the age for children is 3 to 5 years old. So I'm gonna start by gathering all the children and having them sit in a circle, and then I'm gonna start by saying with enthusiasm, hello, today we are going to learn about Rangoli, that is part of a tradition that they make in India. Rangoli, I'm gonna explain them. It's a colorful design that people make on the floor using bright colors to celebrate special days in in India. So we are going to color a Rangoli powder, and then I'm gonna explain what is a powder. I'm gonna explain easiest way that I can. I will say a pattern is something that repeats. Like if you draw, for example, a circle and then you draw another circle and another circle and another circle, that's a pattern. It's something that repeats, or could be if you have a slice of pizza and you have another pizza and another pizza and another pizza, is a pattern. And next, I'm going to ask, are you ready to learn more about this tradition? Um, I'm gonna show the children a photo of Rangoli art. That's the one that they are going to color, and I'm gonna say, this is the Rangoli art, and we will make it our own, and they don't have to look all the same. And next, I would say, oh, this is the Rangoli pattern. I'm gonna show the Rangoli art. This is the Rangoli pattern. We are going to fill with many colors, and I'm gonna ask, what colors do you think we will use to make colorful and look beautiful? And then I'm gonna say today, if I'm gonna explain the activity, and I'm gonna say today each of you will color your own Rangoli. You can use all the colors you want. You can choose to use only one color, or you can use different ones, like you can use red, yellow, blue, pinks, or you can combine all of them, or you can use only pink if it's your favorite color, or only red if it's your favorite color. Just explore your creativity. Next, I will hand out to the Rangoli parent sheets to each child and give them a variety of crayon, and I'm gonna ask, what colors will you use first, so children can interact with the activity. Then while the children are coloring the Rangoli, I'm gonna walk around the classroom, and then I'm going to ask if they need help, or they can ask me anything, or I can help them to choose a color or something like that. Next, I would say, can you see how your Rangoli looks even more beautiful as you add more colors? And then when children finish coloring, I'm gonna say, okay, now you're gonna share with the whole class, and then children will share the artwork that they did. And I'm gonna say, okay, your Rangoli looks beautiful. What color did you use? What was your favorite part? And then after all the children have finished coloring the Rangoli, I would say, thank you so much for participating. You all did an excellent job. All the Rangolis have beautiful colors. All of them are my favorites. Next, I'm gonna say, now let's put your crayons back in their boxes and let's organize, because we have to get ready for the next activity. So the children clean up and we organize, and I'm gonna say, thank you so much for organizing. You did a great job. Now we are going to go to the next center, which is the music center. You're right, we're going to have it fun, but first, let's wash our hands really good and get ready for the next activity we have planned.
So my name is Saida Abu Hasim, and my lesson plan is we are talking about Diwali and Diwali dishes. So for my materials, I will have plates, utensils, napkins, water, and different Indian food dishes that are used during Diwali. So I know that I have some children who have food allergies. So for those children, I will give them snacks that they aren't allergic to. I will give them the regular snack that they are used to eating. The type of snacks that the children are going to have is kaju katli. It is like a peanut butter pastry, and the other one is sesame chickpea. They're also seeds, and it does contain peanut butter as well. And then there's also magic makana, which is like popcorn, but it has pepper. I would pass out the snacks to the children, and those who are allergic, I would give them a different snack, but I would also have them involved so they won't feel left out because they aren't able to taste the foods. But the food is crunchy, it is delicious, it is sweet, it's nutty, and I would describe the flavors to those children who aren't able to try the food. And I tell my students all the time, if there's something that you don't like, it's okay not to finish it, it's okay not to eat it, and that way the children will have a taste of what some of the Indian snacks are that are eaten during Diwali.
My name is Candace. My cooking area was movement activity. My activity name was Happy Diwali Dance. It ages from 3 to 5 years old. So today we're gonna learn about Diwali. Diwali is a festival of lights that is held in October and November. Diwali is one of the most important festivals in India. And then as the questions was like what is Diwali? What is the dance of Diwali? And then they explain that. And then the vocabulary is the dance to the light, the spiritual dance from ancient Egypt. We have any music, bells. Then when it's time to go to our next activity, you be like, it's time to clean up. It's time to clean up. Then we move to our next activity.
This is part 1 of the lesson plan, child development lesson plan. I think it's inspirational to understand when you listen to a piece in another language to at least know like what they're saying. So I thought that would be a fun activity for the kids to learn at least one sound in the video when they heard the music. Actually, I got the piece together from Monica on this PANGHAT. It was a 7-minute 15-second piece. That was the name of the song. I really can't pronounce it. Panch Hat. So it was a together name.